Hey y'all, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Old School versus New School. What's going on, Alex?
Oh man, I can't call it. What's going on with you, E?
What's not going on? I feel like I say that every episode, but that's really how I feel.
Yeah. Well, like I said, a lot of good things going on. The year started off pretty good. So let's see if we can keep some of this
What's up, Big Trap, not the little one?
keep some of this momentum going.
Yeah, because y'all know we was missing the action on Monday, but we ain't here tonight.
Yeah, we was missing an action for Dr. King's birthday. So
I
yeah,
guess that's why Alex was missing the action. That's not what I was missing.
You laughing. Why were you missing? Let the audience know why you missing.
I was with my mom. I thank everybody for, the prayers and everything and the well wishes for my mom. I appreciate y'all. Hey, Miss Sherry. I really appreciate y'all. It's my mama, you only get one.
Yeah, mom gonna be fine. She just going through an episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
It's a lot of stress going on. That's one reason why I want to talk about what we're gonna talk about tonight, because I feel like right about now, people just stressed out because they want to be stressed out. Like, I really feel like a lot of people choose to wake up and be stressed the fuck out every day.
Sometimes people be stressed out over real insignificant stuff, man. Yeah. It's like, do you realize what you're stressing about when you start to think that some people right now, as cold as it is, they homeless on the street, they're not eating, they can't take a shower, they have no family that loves them. I mean, you start thinking about all these things and reflect, you start realizing how blessed you truly are. So people got to stop stressing and complaining over little shit. It's annoying.
Yeah, and on the flip side of that, it's crazy because I just left Max Live. Shout out to Max. Make sure y'all subscribe to my girl Max. I fuck with Max. But over there, I had just said, it's a lot of people who are really in that situation though, right? Like, they family don't mess with them. They don't have any friends anymore. And it make you feel like, well, what did you do? Why are your choices still the same that nobody mess with you? Because I said over there, family is the people that you can do the most to, but most times you can bounce back, right? So if your family don't mess with you, like what type of person are you really? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you got a lot of families that they survive in dysfunction.
Yeah.
You got a lot of family secrets that have been around for a couple of generations. Whether an uncle did something to somebody or a cousin did something to somebody, and families keep these secrets, and our secrets make us sick.
Yeah,
because everybody that come along got to keep these secrets, and it takes its toll.
Yeah, that part. It's crazy you say that, because I swear we be on the same wavelength, because that's exactly what we're going to talk about tonight. We've been to talk about a couple of things, but that really drives us into the first opening topic. Big Trap said, I'm locked in. This is great content. Keep going, Queen. Thank you so much, Big Trappin'. I appreciate that. Hey, Courtney. I said Big Trap, and I meant Big Trap, not the little one, because I know how I feel about names. Can't be fucking people names up now. What's up, Courtney? The first thing I want to talk about is this post I came across talking about the color purple, right? So it's like mixed reviews out there. I'm about to play the post that I saw, but I do want to know in the chat what y'all think about the color purple, and I'm gonna share my opinion first. Then we're gonna get Alex. Then I'm gonna get into this clip. My opinion is, for one, for all these great creators and producers and movie screen script writers, if y'all so profound, why do y'all just keep remaking shit over and over and over? Like, why we can't get some new shit out?
Well, Hollywood, I'm gonna say this as a film writer, as somebody in the business, that Hollywood is very formulaic. And what I mean by that is, once something is successful and is proven, they'll just keep redoing that shit. there's so much talent out here with great original scripts, great creative people that can't get a damn break. And y'all sitting up here redoing movies over and over and over again, because it's a very cliquish business.
Right.
And what I mean by that is, if new talent come along, somebody has to take them, man. Somebody got to nurture them, show them the business, do the movie, hang around or whatever. And then you expose your secrets to this newcomer. And that's the things that they can't risk. They can't risk exposing their secrets to a newcomer, and the newcomer don't want to be indoctrinated, or the newcomer has a rebel spirit or something like that, or just, I'm not doing that. Let's just do the movie. I ain't gonna be part of your group like that. Let's just do some movie, And so then it causes that backlash, and now they worry: is this person going to say what they saw me doing? Because people in Hollywood, they do some crazy, outrageous stuff behind these closed doors.
We're gonna get into that too. So, in the chat, let me know what y'all think about this remake of The Color Purple, right? So this is the clip that I ran into, and I'm gonna get into some of these comments. And I actually spoke to a couple of people in the thread, because sometimes when you see posts, and the first thing you go to is the comments, right? And some posts you think the chat gonna go a certain way, but it always goes to the left. It always goes to the left. The chat be undefeated. So here goes the clip that I saw, y'all.
So I want to say this real quick, and I know a lot of y'all gonna get mad, but it is what it is, okay? I'm glad The Color Purple flopped. Yes, I am, because all it did was depict our men and make them look like they was monsters. Even back in the day, in the 80s too, it did the same thing. So all it did was depict our men as being monsters, uneducated, all this foolery. So I'm glad it flopped. But I want to share something with y'all. How is it that when Monique was preaching back in the day about Hollyweird, everybody fell on deaf ears? But Taraji came, right? Cried and boo-hooed about how Hollyweird treated her. Everybody ran to her defense. Baby, make it make sense. Make it make sense. I know why it happened like that, but y'all put it in the comments. Let me know. Take heed to the message.
So first we're going to go to these comments over here, because Time, what's up, Time? What's going on, Time? Time said it's trash. Tom said it's trash. Hey, sister.
That's hardcore right there. Trash. Ooh-wee.
Sister say, I'm not sure she said, I haven't seen it yet because I'm not sure if I wanted to support Oprah. Boom. We finna hit on that in just a second. And that's what I was kind of waiting for, because let's go back down memory lane. Just like she said, we know how Monique came out and stood up for herself, and everybody's like, well, we don't like how she presented the message. But y'all know over here, we don't, well, I can't say, because Alex be flip-flopping. Sometimes.
Yeah. You done lost your mind.
Sometimes you care about how you present the message, but sometimes you don't. Did you not say both?
Yeah. Yeah, it depends.
Hey, Hankin TV. Hey, y'all make sure y'all supporting Hankin TV. If y'all not subscribed to my guy, what the fuck is you doing?
I'm always going to be real, though, regardless of how I present it. It's going to be
true. And that's my point, because me personally, I don't think like Monique was disrespectful to nobody. She just laid the facts out there.
I'm going to tell you why Monique got backlash and Taraji is getting support.
Okay, hold that thought. What's up, Mouthpiece? He said, she absolutely right. I'm tired of black male bashing. We're going to get into that. If y'all not subscribed to Mouthpiece, what the fuck are y'all doing? Okay, my bad, Alex. Go ahead.
Yeah. The reason Taraji got support is because Taraji came off as a victim. Taraji came off sad, somber, pitiful. She played on the sympathy she preyed on the sympathy of the audience, her fans, and everything like that. Monique came straight off like a rebel. Listen, I'm in your face. This was going on. Hollywood never been receptive to that when it came to black people, right? You get up and get in their face and tell them real harsh truths, America in general can't deal with that when it comes to black people. They know the truth.
They want to exploit. They want to copy. They want to present. So you can't have both.
They've had both. They've had it their way for a long time.
Yeah, let me rephrase. Because I knew you was about to say that. They can't have both no more.
Right. Well, and this is where the anger and discontentment of white America is coming, because a lot of them can feel it slipping away. You've had your way for 400 plus years, 430 plus years, or whatever the number is right now. You feel some things slipping away, and now you panicking, you're scared, you're trying to find other ways systematically to fuck with black people and do these things. But this is why Monique got all the backlash, mostly from the black people in the front. We know the puppet masters behind was probably pushing Thailand, Oprah, and Lee Daniels, and all these other people to check Monique. Okay. But Monique said, I'm not going to be checked. It is what it is. They treat us like shit. They don't pay us well. Enough is enough. Okay. So you never see Monique crying. You never see Monique looking pitiful. You see Monique very defiant, very strong in her convictions, much like Cat Williams in what they say. And Cat Williams, we know this interview with Shannon Sharp has blown up, but Cat been saying this shit for years. Okay, this is not new for Cat Williams. It's new to a new set of audience right now. But Cat been talking about this stuff for years. You know what else I
saw as a difference between Monique and Taraji?
What?
First, I'm gonna say I love both of those ladies, and their talents and what they bring. But one major difference between both of them and when they put their message out is Monique had her husband standing beside her. This is not a dig to the fact that Taraji is well, as far as we see, she's single, because she already told us she's not gonna present no man if they not serious anyway. But she's standing alone at the same time. So I felt like that's another visual that it creates biases, even if you don't realize it.
That's a good point. Because if they feel that way and push back Monique as a black woman, you know how they feel if a black man is supporting her and behind her like that.
Exactly.
If her husband was white, you might get a different story. Okay. But
would you though? Because it's a few of them that do have white husbands and they ain't getting treated no better.
Well, some of them are. Some are, some aren't.
Okay.
But that
Okay, let me ask you this. Who would you say is an example that is getting treated a little better having a white husband?
Eve. I don't hear Eve having any problems. So Serena Williams is not having any problems, that I know of.
They ain't talking though either.
Well, yeah, well, that's true. That's true. I mean, they kind of
they live content with their little pale man.
They know they lane.
Okay. Oh my God! You went all the way there. Okay.
They know they lane. Okay, so I mean, we know we got to walk. My mother used to always have a thing when she was disciplining us. She would always say, "I'm gonna make y'all walk the chalk line." Okay, y'all gonna stay in line under my control, under my rule. You're gonna walk this chalk line. Anybody step off this line, get their ass whipped. That's how my mother ran the house.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's how it is in Hollywood. Okay, once you get indoctrinated and you live in this life and you've bought into this system, you're afraid to step out, and do anything, because they start to take things away from you, and you start remembering where you came from. I used to be hungry. I used to be homeless. I didn't have enough food. You start remembering those things. You're like, okay, I'm sorry, master. I didn't mean it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You start remembering that shit, and you go right back to slave mentality. And not saying that this is slavery, because these are very highly paid people, but mentally, emotionally, you are enslaved.
Financially, don't leave that out.
Financially, you are enslaved.
Yeah.
Really, honestly.
Tom says it's trash because it puts us good, solid men in a war zone of Oprah Daddy that was there for her for a no good nothing mother. So every man in the color purple because you look like Lizzo in 1986. Let's talk about that too. Because the reason why this post stood out to me is because the comments are bananas. Like the comments from these women is like, for lack of better words and rephrasing these paragraphs that are saying nothing, it's like they want to see that. And that's crazy to me. That's absolutely crazy to me that you want to keep seeing that, because keep seeing that, you're keep living in that energy. Because okay, answer me this in the chat, and I'm gonna speak from my personal experiences, right? And I'm gonna ask, am I alone, or do y'all feel what I'm saying? When you go watch certain movies, you come out the show, or you done with the movie in your home, depending on how the movie is flowing, that energy jumps onto you. If you watching the slavery movie, why when you don't leave and want to slap every white person you see?
That's why I don't watch them often.
If you watching a movie like Color Purple, when do you not look at a black man and just ugh? So, but it's a movie that you saw. You know what I'm saying? But those movies are used to evoke those type of emotions. Why do we want to keep seeing that?
But images are powerful.
Yeah.
And not only do they obviously put bad men in a bad light, and it doesn't mean that there's not abusive black men out here. Like, we know they out here, but there are abusive men out here of all ethnic groups. Okay, but they shine it on black men in this particular movie, in the news, all over the place. They focused on that. Just like you mentioned a minute ago, when Modi had her husband beside her, that was not welcomed along with her message.
Exactly.
Okay? But what this movie also has done, other than put a black spot, for lack of a better term, on black men, okay, it uplifted yeah, right. It's uplifting the alphabet community, is what it's doing. Showing these strong.
But it goes into this question right here, and something you said earlier, and what they're saying in the chat. He said, ask why Whoopi and Oprah stopped talking for 20-something years. I feel like this movie pushed Oprah and the authors' agendas. You know what I'm saying? Without them talking, because Oprah's never came out and told us nothing, but we see the moves.
Well, I told you guys,
is the beard.
Yeah, I told you guys a while ago when Oprah interviewed Spike Lee one time a few years ago, and he said to her, he said, listen, he said, Oprah, you know just as well as I do that at some point in this business, you're going to have to make a moral decision what you will or won't do to get to the next level. Okay. Now, what does a moral decision have to do with business? You see what I'm saying? So you got to be able to read between these lines, and once you understand this business, you know exactly what he's talking about when he says you got to make a moral decision. And a moral decision doesn't necessarily mean you're partaking of anything sexually deviant or nefarious, but also if you're turning your back to it, when you see it and turn your back to it, that's also participating. Yeah, you're also complicit because you turn your back to it when you see it. So you allow people to be victimized, and your silence is loud as fuck.
Right.
Silence is resounding. You know, sometimes no response is a response.
Yeah, we got an episode of Tipsy Talk where the title is "No Response is the Best Response." Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Mouthpiece says, yeah, Monique and her husband stood on business versus it being Taraji on her own, speaking out by herself, which just shows that the black woman and man is a force to be reckoned with, period.
And of course it strikes fear in the white community. It strikes fear. Dr. Jane Elliott, a white educator, she's been calling white folk out on their business for years, and they hate her. Of course, they think she's a nigger lover and all other kind of stuff, right?
Oh wow.
But yeah. But she asked an audience full of white people once, full of white people. She asked them, if you as a white person want to be treated the way blacks are treated in this country, please stand. Nobody moved.
I saw that. Mm-hmm.
Nobody moved. And she was like, see, nobody's standing now. So that tells me you know what's going on. You don't want it for yourself. The question is, why would you allow it to happen to other people?
Right. That part.
And that's the question for Hollywood. Mm-hmm. We know money, people can be bought. You're in these $1 million homes, you driving these Bentleys and Ferraris and Lamborghinis, and you living this life, eating the best food. You get caught up in that, and you get isolated from the common normal folk, quote unquote, normal folk, and you think you're better. You now with this elite group of individuals, and you check out. You kind of check out of civil rights. You kind of check out of human rights. You check out of all that shit because you living good. So,
right.
So why would you risk all of that for what's truly right?
Right, because we saw Vivica's response. I still like Vivica. However, when they had asked Vivica about this, she basically said, I don't have this problem. I love the girls standing for the girls, but I don't deal with this. And I feel like you have your right to have your own opinion, yes. But in the public, like, come on, like she should have showed a little more unity. You know what I'm saying? Catherine says people probably didn't listen to Monique because of appearances. Monique is plus size and most likely not most men's type. Taraji is slim and light skinned. Monique had to fight to be heard in more ways than one. Although I think both women are beautiful, and that's very true and fucked up. Like, it doesn't matter what our counterparts look like, they listen to them. You know what I'm saying? So that should have made Black people stand with Monique even more so. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. When Monique had her beef, she had her beef with what Netflix paid comedian Amy Schumer.
And that was after, yeah.
Amy Schumer's a plus size white woman.
Yep. And they paid her.
They paid her very well. So the playing field is not even. Now, Cat Williams said, listen, in business, they judge you based off past ticket sales, past performances, which is right. Your own job will do that. They judge you based off yesterday's performance and last month's performance and how did you do in the last 90 days. All that stuff is true. But we know the way this system is structured, okay? We're running a sprint with combat boots on, and our white counterparts got Nikes on.
Okay? Yeah, and I mean, it's public knowledge that, whether you're a man or a woman, with me, they would say your package needs to be what every woman wants to be and what every man wants to sleep with. Vice versa, a man's package needs to be what every man would aspire to be and every woman would want to sleep with. So appearance is definitely top 3 for them.
Mm-hmm. Again, I'm not going to tell this story again, but I was propositioned in the business many years ago. Okay. So I've seen it firsthand.
Right.
And if I had given in to the indoctrination or the initiation or whatever you want to call it, you may not even know me today. Right. I may have been part of the clique and part of the group or whatever, and then got to try to look myself in the mirror every day and still be a proud Black man. And that's not possible. So a lot of times people start self-medicating, they start acting crazy, and you wonder what's going on.
Or abusing others.
Abusing others, because hurting people hurt people.
Yeah.
Okay. So we do these things because once something is done, you can't take that back. You cannot take it back. So you can say to yourself all you want. Listen, if a man goes up in my rear end, it's cool. Because I'm gonna be a multi-millionaire after this. If I gotta suck a penis, I'm cool because I'll be a multi-millionaire after this. But because you think you can live with that.
So but you said, so did you say
would have been swallowed up? Have you ever been swallowed up?
Where's your
no, I thought we don't need that for the clip.
Now you put it up for me. You put it up for me. You don't put it up for yourself.
I know sometimes, but we don't need one for that one now.
I'm gonna call TD Jakes to come up here and be a guest.
Oh no, I'm gonna be absent. I'm gonna let you go here to ride out with that one. Pause.
But I wasn't swallowing up, and I damn sure wasn't doing no swallowing. So I didn't become a multi-millionaire and a famous R&B artist years ago because I wouldn't do
bishop mouthpiece, the bishop.
You know, so,
and just look at your name is so befitting of swallowed up, with the mouthpiece, pause.
And we know the first thing they do, like they did with Dave Chappelle when he rebelled, when Cat Williams rebelled, Prince rebelled, Michael rebelled. The first thing they start doing is the first line of defense for them is to call you crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they call all the news outlets, because they control all the news outlets, tell everybody Michael Jackson's crazy, wacko jacko, and they create all these phrases to call people. Okay, so now once they got the public believing that you're crazy, now they tell everybody you're a drug addict.
I couldn't let that pass me up. He's like,
now they tell everybody you're a drug addict, right? Oh, he's crazy. He's taking drugs to self-medicate because he don't feel good about himself as a human being, right?
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, you out of here. You self-eliminated yourself. You offed yourself. Okay. So now you're no longer even living. And they say, see, he took himself out because he couldn't take the pain of the drugs and the this. It's like, bruh, it's the same thing over and over again. And people
my sister just said what I always say: never think you can outlive a sacrifice. It will eat you alive, and he's definitely gonna come collect before you check out of here.
It's coming to collect. They're gonna prey on your. It's gonna prey on your conscience after a while, because nobody stays the same. The same person you were at 21, who allowed yourself to get initiated and indoctrinated, you're not the same person at 50.
Okay, hold on, Alex. To all my viewers, I was just joking with the name. My homeboy Mouthpiece is definitely heterosexual. It was just a joke. I capitalized all of pause. Okay, it was just a joke. That's my guy. Don't jump in his inbox with no skullduggery or fuckery. Okay,
right.
PSA. Go ahead.
None of that. Yeah. None of that.
You see that no sign? Okay, now I can use his name again. You see that no sign? That means don't come over there with the bullshit.
Please don't. But you know what's very upsetting, E? And I'm gonna say this with all seriousness, because and I'm gonna speak to our gay family. Right? They have fought long and hard for their rights, just to be recognized as human beings, much like Black people have been doing for over 400 years in this country. Still doing it, right? So gays have fought, because there was a time prior to 1973 where in the psychological magazines and the psychological digest where homosexuality was considered a mental illness. It was. Do some research.
Yeah, okay. Definitely.
So why did it change? But in any event, whether you agree with their sexual orientation or not, they're human beings. They have human rights, and they fought this fight for years, right? And now they have a lot of rights, to the point where you can't even say nothing about a gay person. Okay, you got to worry about career, losing your career. You got to worry about people coming after you, all kind of stuff. But here's my issue with the gay community, and I hope they hear me. You know, as the gay community, what you've been through, yet you would allow Hollywood or the entertainment industry to use your lifestyle to deny others the opportunity to let their gift shine if they don't bow down to these gay practices. Y'all know what's happening, and you say nothing. Okay? Now, do you think it's right for you to fight for your rights and see others deprived of their rights because they're not gay, or not bow down to a kind of ritualistic behavior that allows them to be violated? Is that right to you? Let your conscience live through that for a minute. Because this has nothing to do with hating them or not, because I don't hate them. Right is right and wrong is wrong. If you're fighting for your rights and your civil liberties and to be recognized as a human being and so forth, why would you turn your back on others? It's just like that blue wall of silence with the police department. People say, oh, well, they have good cops. There's a lot of good cops. If they turning their back and letting the bad cops operate, how good are they? Their silence speaks volumes. You can't turn your back and watch a cop shake down a drug dealer, shoot a black man in the back, and then say you a good cop because you didn't do it. You watched it be done. You turned your back. You vouched for the man or the woman. So that's what I have to say to them. And they can take it any way they want. They can hit me in the DMs. They can do whatever they want to do. You know me, I don't give a fuck.
Some people are on their way because few people left. I feel like they coming right to your inbox. So I'm going to get us back on topic real quick.
Come on with it.
But speaking of that, though, so me and you talked a little bit behind the scenes about this whole Taraji situation and everything like that. And my question was, at this point in Taraji's career, you know, she got money. She's affiliated with a lot of people that have money. And my question is, why do so many Black people still run to the approval of Hollywood, whatever you consider it to be? Why don't we just make our own? So you actually sent me this clip right here, and I'm going to play it real quick, and then we can get into this.
Like everything that becomes popular, we make it popular. But when you draw the line all the way back to, well, who owns this? Like Tubi is a Black culture phenomenon. Who owns Tubi?
Tubi is an American over-the-top content platform, ad-supported stream service owned by Fox Corporation.
Rupert Murdoch.
Oh, wow. Fox owns terrible programming?
Yeah, but we blowing it up. Yeah. Here's the point, though. When it's time to legislate for affirmative action on women's productive rights, Fox is lobbying against you. So you on Tubi blowing up a company that takes that money and then hands it to Congress to say, now don't give these Black people jobs.
I'm finna play that one more time so y'all can hear exactly what he said.
Like everything that becomes popular, we make it popular. But when you draw the line all the way back to, well, who owns this? Like Tubi is a Black culture phenomenon. Who owns Tubi?
Tubi is an American over-the-top content platform, ad-supported stream service owned by Fox Corporation.
Rupert Murdoch.
Oh, wow. Fox owns terrible programming?
Yeah, but we blowing it up. Yeah. Here's the point, though. When it's time to legislate for affirmative action on women's productive rights, Fox is lobbying against you. So you on Tubi blowing up a company that takes that money and then hands it to Congress to say, now don't give these Black people jobs.
So, Atlas, can you tell the people a little bit about who that was they were seeing talking?
Okay, that's Isaac Hayes Jr. That's the great musician and singer Isaac Hayes. That's his son. Okay, so if you know anything about R&B music, you know, from the 60s, 70s, Isaac Hayes was a musical icon. Okay, he's no longer with us, but that's his son. And his son has the platform, you know, called Fanbase, which is a streaming service, paid streaming service. And because he believes in us owning our own shit. And he went out there on his own to raise his own money. I think he raised about $10 million to initially launch Fanbase. He has his own corporate offices. You can go in the Play Store. You can get the Fanbase app and watch what they have on there and pay for the service. Okay, but that's what he believes, and that's what he's been doing for a number of years under the radar. Okay, so now that more of what he's doing is coming to the forefront, he's been doing a lot of interviews through the course of the last couple of years. We'll see how this plays out as far as them coming to either try to take him down or buy his company, because that's what happens, right? Us as Black people, we go because we're the most creative people on earth. Like he said, we make everything go. Our culture, what we do. We make everything go. The whole world looks at what's cool to black people, how we got swag, what we doing, what's in style. They all look at black people, okay? But then they all make money off it, and we don't. So you take a company like what Isaac Hayes Jr. is doing. He raised all this money. He's working hard, 23 hours a day to make this company successful. Now, here come a huge white corporation like Fox and Rupert Murdoch, you know, these celebrated racists who wiped their ass with $1 million bills, okay? They come and say, yo, listen, Mr. Hayes, we love what you've done here, and we want to give you $1 billion for your company. How do you say no to that? That's the dichotomy, right? That's the rub. So you like, I want to keep it black owned. I want to do this, but with $1 billion, I can go do a bunch of other shit too. Okay? Because eventually that's what happened. That's why Tubi is not owned by Fox for the same reasons. They saw the potential in it. It was being built up. They had all these crappy movies on it, but people were watching it. And they said, you know what? We can get in here now and buy it at a reasonable price or dirt cheap. The owners are starving, so they'll take the money, and then we'll bring all of our movies that's Fox owned and bring them over here, and then start funding movies, much like, you know, a Netflix original or a Hulu original, and we'll do that kind of thing.
Yes, because they definitely have Tubi originals.
Yeah, and we'll blow this thing through the roof. Okay.
Now, what I think is crazy about it, I'm sorry, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
What I think is crazy about it is, I didn't know about him till you told me about it. Mm-hmm. But what I think is interesting is that fan base has been existent since 2018. Mm-hmm. Same year Zeus Network came out. We hear about Zeus Network all the time because they're doing what? Exploiting us. But I've never heard about fan base because he's actually trying to do something positive. And I think that that's crazy. Like, I don't understand why more people that have money are not buying into this, knowing that they're not being respected in the other realm. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Because the road of less resistance is most traveled.
But how is it less resistance if you're not getting paid what you weigh? And now you're
talking about the road of resistance. I mean, it's by just bowing down and being quiet and going with the status quo and not doing what Isaac Hayes Jr. is doing.
Okay? No, that's exactly what I'm saying. You're saying that it's easier to just stay in Hollywood and not pay what you weigh and be mad all the time than join with somebody that looks like you that could guarantee you bringing in more money?
To them, because they know that if they do that, the fight is coming to them. Mm-hmm. And you got to decide now, because Hollywood's attitude, just like any other group attitude, I've done all this for you. Like, you don't have any talent, any ability, and any nothing. They did it all for you. We've made you this big star. We've done this for you. And now you're going to go ahead and do this, because nobody has a problem with the Jews building their own, with the Irish building their own, with the Italians building their own. Nobody has a problem, and no other group building their own. But if black people want to build their own, here come the whole world. And they go with that black shit. See, that's discrimination.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
It's like, how the hell are black people racist? Black people cannot be racist by definition. I want people to understand that. Racism makes it a group, okay? Racism is a group phenomenon where one group have enough power, resources, and influence to deny other groups loans, jobs, housing, this and that kind of thing. How can black people be racist? We cannot deny anybody anything. We don't have that kind of power in America. So we cannot be racist by definition. We could be prejudiced. We could be a bigot, but we cannot be racist. So whenever they see black people getting together, they put this junk in our head about, you're not together. You're not one America. We're supposed to be together in this, and that brainwashing shit. And on top of fear, we fall for that and think, oh, they like us. They accept us. Well, who the fuck are they? You know what I mean? I take big issue with who are they to approve you and to accept you when you feel so honored that they have approved and accepted you? Who are they? When they go to the bathroom and take a shit, do they wipe their ass the same way you wipe your ass? If they don't take a shower, do they stink just like you would stink if you didn't take a shower?
No, it's a
Do they
different
eat?
type of thing.
Do they eat every? I'm not. Where's your Where's your?
I don't think we need one for that either. I'm gonna put it up for you though.
Put it up. Yeah, no, put it up for you. There you go.
That's a different type of thing right there, Alex.
I'm not messing with you. You know, it's like, don't you go to work and go home every day like everybody else? So it's like, who are you to see? When Isaac Hayes Jr. said, "Black people are the ones that make everything go," he on point with that. Okay,
they know it too.
Listen, where would science be without Black people? Where would the NBA be without Black people? Where would the NFL be without Black people? Where would the industry of fashion be without Black people? Music
hair,
without
beauty,
Black people. Hair,
skincare.
Where would that be?
Farming,
all of that. Agricultural, all of that.
Architecture.
A Black man designed the White House.
Love.
Did you know that? A Black architect designed the White House.
We designed everything.
Okay, so the first Black man performed the first
architect.
A Black man performed the first successful open heart surgery, Dr. Daniel Hale Williams. Okay, so we're always the leaders.
And brain surgery. What's his name? Ben.
I can't remember his name.
He did the first brain surgery.
But everybody takes what we have and bleed us like parasites. They drain us
like we didn't even do it.
Drain us like of our talents. They steal ideas. They go patent them, like Thomas Edison did with the bulb. A black man created the filament in the bulb that makes it light up for weeks and months at a time. Thomas Edison's shit was blowing out as soon as it came on.
Mm-hmm.
But he ran and patented that filament, okay? And now we think he invented the light bulb.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention it still happens because a lot of our skin folk, because we know all skin folk ain't kin folk, but a lot of us don't even know the laws to even go into trademarking our stuff, owning our stuff. Just a simple LLC. Like, if you come up with something, go protect your stuff. If you, what did we start this whole episode off with? The people who are not as creative are going to come and copy and steal. You have the right to protect your stuff.
Yep. They're going to come take it from you.
Go read something.
They're going to come take it from you. And even if you have the rights to it, they're going to butter you up, sell you a dream, give you some money, get you at your weakest or whatever, get you to trust them and all that kind of stuff. They're gonna get you for you to sign it over to them at some point.
Yeah. So a couple of solutions I want to talk about is one is which we just said just now, which is I would love for our people to start looking at the long-term goals, not the short-sighted, oh, they about to cut a check right now. Because it's just like that saying, what's that saying? You can give somebody a fish or you can teach them how to fish and they'll know how to do it for the rest of their life, right? So if you come up with this major idea, right, you blow it up to where it is, you grind, you do the footwork, you do the promotion, you build the audience, and then they offer you a check and blow it up 10 times what you just had. You could have did that over years if you stuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just taking the easy route out for the check, because that would be your check for life and your grandchildren, your great grandchildren. I want us to start thinking about the long-term rewards.
Yeah, and I want to say this to that as well, that when we're looking for funding, at this point, we should not be in a position where we have to go to white institutions for this money. We got enough Black millionaires and billionaires to feed this country 10 times over. Okay. We got Black multi-millionaires, multi-billionaires Okay, so we should not have to go to anybody else if we need funding. $10,000 to start a business, which ain't shit. $20,000 to start a business, that ain't shit. Because a bank gonna tell you no, fuck off. Your credit score ain't this. You don't own that. Do you have any collateral? They're gonna put you through all this BS when our white counterparts can come in there earning the same money, have a lower credit score. You know, it's not the same. The playing field is not even. We help who we identify with. It's human nature. And sometimes you can't even be angry at white folk for doing this. Okay, we relate to who we identify with. We're going to help who we identify with. It's like your child hungry, another child starving. Your child starving, another child starving. Now you love the other child, but you only got enough to feed one child. Who you going to feed? You want to feed yours.
Yeah.
And you're going to hurt for the other child, but you're going to feed yours. Okay? And that's just what other ethnic groups do. They understand this. And you can't be mad at them for it. But the issue I have with them is when we doing it, leave us the fuck alone. Don't come burning us down like Black Wall Street. Don't flood our towns and make lakes out of them. Leave us alone, because otherwise what's going to happen is, because you're getting a lot of angry black people, a lot of angry white people, because they feel like they're slipping away. Okay. And America's going to burn to the fucking ground and have to start all over again, because they will not admit the errors of their ways. They will not pay recompense. They will not apologize. They won't do none of that. They're just going to keep saying, you have black millionaires and billionaires now. What else do you want? Civil liberties. We want money that's never been paid to us. You paid everybody else, so you can't pretend as though you have a conscience. Okay? You paid the Japanese, okay, for Hiroshima. You paid the Jews for the Holocaust and World War II and Hitler with his bullshit. Okay? You paid the Koreans. Okay? You paid everybody who you've done wrong, except black people. And you do it in our face and say, well, you're not important anyway. You're just built this place, but we don't respect you enough to pay you. But you paid everybody else. So when people say, oh, reparations aren't important, we don't need reparations, I may even agree with that if they hadn't paid everybody else. Okay? Because we've done the most. All these other ethnic groups come to America on black people's back and make it in this country because of what black people built. And we can't get a loan from a bank to start a business? Really?
In the meantime, though, another solution I just want us to start working on is, y'all know over here, I push support. You know what I'm saying? Every old school versus new school, all Alex information is always in the description. His Cash App is in there. His page information is in there. His Etsy store is in there. You know what I'm saying? We have to start supporting each other. We have to start thinking collaboration over competition. And collaboration doesn't mean finding somebody and using them because they're a little more further than you. Collaboration truly means working with somebody and y'all getting it together. Y'all reaping the benefits together. That's collaboration. We have to start supporting each other. Like, we can't keep just complaining about everything, but then you don't support people, but you want to sit around and cry that people are not supporting you. You get what you give, period.
We got to understand, we know all the sayings, there's power in numbers, there's strength in numbers, but yet every black person want to do it by themselves. That's not how you get nothing done. That's not how you get nothing done. But then sit around
and complain that ain't nobody fucking with you.
Right. We have to build teams. We got to unify and build communities and things like that. You know, you got 12 men on a basketball team trying to win a championship. Okay? You got 52 players on a football team trying to win a Super Bowl.
And no matter who's on the field or the court at the time, when they win, that whole
everybody
team
win. Everybody get a ring. Everybody get to touch that trophy. Everybody get that check with the bonus that you won a championship. Because there's bonuses in that for winning the championship. Okay, so you got to build corporations and unite with other businesses to build multi-billion-dollar corporations.
Right.
You can't keep thinking you the one with the cape on and you that special one that everybody loves. There's no one else like you, and all this BS that you buy into.
Yeah. I feel like I want to keep it simple for tonight. Just let's work on them two first.
I think we way away from that. It's got complicated because
this is where I wanted to go. This is exactly where I wanted to go. I'm loving it, but I feel like because you know us, you know what our message is. It's never gonna change. But for the viewers, and if anybody's joining for the first time, definitely hit that like button and that subscribe if you're not already subscribed. But I'm gonna just keep it simple for tonight.
You got me triggered, you know. So
I see. That's why I was like, let me just jump on in here. So the first one is, what did we say the first one was?
What? Unity.
Remember? Yes.
Unifying.
Unity. First one is unity, respect. And the second one is support. You cannot do it by yourself. I know it's cute to say you independent and I did this. I'm self-made. No, you're not. Yes, you have your own mind. Yes, you have your own dreams. You have your own goals. You have your own strengths and talents. But in order to be successful, you have to have a solid team around you, period. You have to. You have to have a solid team of people that you could trust and people that you are reciprocating that support and that love to. And I'm going to leave it there. I want to add so many things, but I'm going to just leave those two for tonight.
And Taraji said that. She said people talk about, oh, you're a multi-millionaire, you make these millions of dollars. She like, listen, first of all, whatever salary I get, here come Uncle Sam taking half. That's number one. Number two, you have a team you have to pay that's going to get 30% of your take.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you get what's left. So that money gets cut down dramatically. That's why people say, oh, Dave Chappelle walked away from $50 million. It wasn't $50 million when you see all these deductions. And then you compare it to what his show was worth at the time without any help. He built that show on his own. You think all that work 4 or 5 years down the road is only worth $50 million? See, they prey on your hunger and your desire to be successful. That's what they prey on. Because they don't have the ability. That's what Black people need to understand. No one has the ability we have. They don't even have our melanin. Melanin is a protective layer of skin. This is what makes us darker. Okay? It's protection.
For real, y'all. I'm going to need y'all to go ahead and check Alex CashApp. Send him some dollars so he can get him some coffee and some. What else you need over there, Alex? You is triggered. Okay. I want to just keep it simple because yes, on that level, it's a lot of deductions and stuff like that. But on this level where y'all at, collaboration right now is very, very, very beneficial. Splitting 500, 1,000, 5,000 right now, 50-50. Y'all can do that. Y'all not gonna have to worry about, the extras that we just spoke about. Yes, on that level, I understand where she's coming from, but I feel like I don't want to let our suggestions of success to be clouded by, levels where they're not even at yet.
And here's what I want us to understand too, E. I don't want us doing business as if we out on the street or at the club, whatever, because we Black and we identify with being Black. So we don't want to make a business plan. We don't want to crunch numbers. No, it's business still at the end of the day.
Yeah, you got to do that.
Stand on business.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't just come and say, we brothers, man. Let's do this. Okay, fine. Okay. Who's going to do the marketing? Who's going to do the research? Who's going to number crunch? Who's going to, it's still business at the end of the day.
Yeah. And you have to do the business right from day one, because that gets you in the practice of when things start growing and you move to another level, you already in the habit of doing the business correctly. You have to do it like that. I used to just really hate the phrase fake it till you make it. But you really have to get your mindset to where you want to go, not where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. Are you gonna stay where the fuck you at?
Yeah, because the phrase "fake it till you make it" implies that you're being fake.
Yeah,
And
that's how I took it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I took it till I really start getting into business and understanding. Like, listen, you have to present yourself as who you want to be, not where you're starting out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that you remember back in the day, I'll use Mac as an example. Shout out to Mac. Make sure y'all are subscribed to Mactastic TV. Make sure y'all subscribe to him. He used to sell t-shirts and stuff. Do you think that he was telling people I only got 20 shirts in the trunk? No, I got a clothing line. Support my brand. You know what I'm saying? You have to market yourself where you want to be, not where you at.
His clothing line, his books.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He got books too. Ghetto Diamond. You know, he got a book on poetry he just released.
What's up, Ryan and Phil? We have to support each other. We have to. Like, y'all already know how I feel about success. Like, I don't feel like you could truly even say that you're successful if you're not aiding in other people being successful.
And I'm talking to the people in the bushes too, because we get people in the bushes listening to us and they run tell that or whatever they want to do.
Run tell it. Go ahead.
You know what? So what I say, I stand on it.
I was about to say that.
So
what I said.
Y'all can run and say whatever y'all want to say and try to get me to retract the statement or whatever you want to do, but I ain't retracting and apologizing for shit. It's not going to happen.
Let me put my like that.
Not doing it. Especially not in public. Not doing it. If I said something wrong to outwardly offend somebody and it was offensive, I'm gonna go somewhere and close the door and say, if that really offended you, I apologize. I'm not doing it in public in front of no cameras or nothing. You ain't going.
He will not be swallowing any of his words.
Would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone?
Somebody going to hell. Somebody. I think you feel that heat now, EsessionByEnicole.
Oh, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I'm going.
You keep messing with the bishop.
Listen, I was just telling the people, you say you're not gonna swallow your words, you know. I got your back, you know.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate it. Okay.
But yeah, y'all, let's work on unity and let's work on support. We just gonna keep it simple like that. I appreciate y'all being active in the chat, letting me know y'all thoughts. I really wanted to know what y'all thought about that, because the comment section of that first post that I had played for y'all, it was bananas. But the posts, the comment section and the chat sections of lives and posts and stuff, that be really showing you where society at, and it's sad. It's really sad.
The last remark I make before we go, real quick, regarding the color purple, is the thing I'm proud about is all those black people that are working. It's hard to get work out there and consistent work out there in the industry. So if they're working and they're consistently working, there's something to be said for that. You can question the content later, okay? But it's hard to make a living doing that on a consistent basis. So seeing them working, I'm happy for that and proud of that. And we'll talk about the other stuff on different forums.
Yeah, because we do want to let y'all know we about to start having an after class, because y'all see Alex's mouth is a little crazy. He gets triggered from time to time, but I like the trigger Alex, because sometimes, damn it, I get triggered too. So we're gonna be having deeper conversations over across the street on Patreon, and we will let y'all know when we start getting that up and running. And we definitely have a lot of things over there on members only. So make sure y'all grab y'all memberships, and merch is on the way, but I ain't gonna say nothing else about that on this side. Y'all gotta be a member because they get first dibs.
You get them memberships to TheeEnicole. Y'all got to get them memberships,
Yes. So that's all for us tonight. We'll be back same time, same place. Maybe, you know how we do. We do what we want to do in the galaxy. But usually we be on Mondays, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in the evening. So we'll see y'all next time. Hit that like on your way out. Definitely play it back. Definitely share it out. And we'll see y'all next time.
Love y'all.
Welcome to my galaxy. Welcome to my galaxy. This is EsessionByEnicole. You can always call me E, but don't never call me Nicole. Your presence is appreciated. Please be sure to hit that like button and that subscribe. It's always a vibe. In my galaxy.
From Ready to Love, and you are watching my girl, TheeEnicole.
Tasha Lyons telling you to tune into TheeEnicole.
This is Samson from Ready to Love, and you're tuned into TheeEnicole.
It's Winter from Love Marriage DC.